Vijaya and welcome back to my channel. Today we're making my favorite Hyderabadi style shrimp biryani. It is so good, and let me tell you, by the time you're done making this recipe, you are gonna be a biryani making master because it turns out perfect every single time, I promise you. But before we get started, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you like what you see, and of course, if you're looking for the full recipe, all you gotta do is click that info box down under the video and everything you need is there. Let's make some shrimp biryani. One of the most important steps in making any biryani is to rinse and soak your rice. So I have some beautiful basmati over here, and I'm gonna top it with a little bit of cold water and start to massage the grains. Now the water's starting to turn cloudy because that's all that excess starch from the rice that's coming off into the water, and I wanna repeat this step about 3 to 4 times until the water runs clear. This will make sure that I have light and fluffy rice every single time. Next, I'm gonna top it off with a little more cold water, and we're gonna let it sit for a minimum of 30 minutes to soak, and that will ensure that our grains stay nice and long and don't break during the cooking process. So while our rice is soaking away, I figured we would prep the rest of our ingredients, starting off with our saffron water. So lo and behold, here is the notorious saffron. It is the stigma of the crocus flower, and it adds such a beautiful perfume and aroma to dishes, as well as this brilliant yellow color. So I'm gonna just take a little pinch of this, a little bit goes a long way, and this stuff is really expensive, and crush it into a little bit of boiling hot water. And as it sits, you'll notice that the color of the saffron starts to leach into the water, as well as its perfume, and we're gonna use this at the end to garnish our biryani before it goes into the oven. I also have a few vegetables that I'm gonna chop up that are gonna serve as the base for the biryani sauce, starting off with some tomatoes and onions that I'm gonna finely chop, some ginger and garlic that I'm gonna grate up, and again, 2 Thai bird chilies that I'm gonna finely mince. All right, the veggies are prepped. I've gone ahead and drained my rice. Let's get this biryani show on the road and hit the stove and boil our rice. I have a big pot of water that's coming up to the boil, and I'm gonna add a few seasonings in the form of a bay leaf, star anise, green cardamom, some salt, as well as some black peppercorns. In they go. And this is what's gonna flavor the rice. And now I'm gonna add in my drained basmati rice, all of it. And I'm gonna give this a nice stir, and we're gonna cook this for about 3 minutes, no longer, and then drain it. I have a pot on medium heat with a little bit of canola oil, and to that I'm gonna add some homemade ghee. I have a recipe for it on my channel, and this is clarified butter that's gonna add some lovely nuttiness. Now we're gonna bloom some spices. Biryani is all about layering flavors. So we used whole spices to scent our basmati rice, and we're gonna do the same to scent our biryani sauce. So I have some cloves, green cardamom, cinnamon, star anise, and bay leaf, and we're gonna saute these off in that ghee and oil mixture for about 10 to 15 seconds or until the cloves puff up. Now I'm gonna add in my onions, ginger, garlic, and chilies. Oh, love that sizzle. And we're gonna saute these off for about 5 to 7 minutes until they get nice and soft. I'm now gonna tip in my tomatoes. They're so nice and juicy. Season up with a touch of salt. And we're gonna cook the tomatoes down until they get nice and jammy and soft. It's been a good 15 minutes and my tomatoes have cooked down beautifully. They're so nice and thick. And now I'm gonna add one more ingredient. I've whisked up a little bit of plain yogurt, and I'm just gonna pour that right in. My heat is on low, and I'm just gonna stir it to combine. And we're gonna cook this no longer than a minute. You just wanna warm that yogurt through. And look at that gorgeous blush color. This is exactly what you're looking for. Now it's time to layer the biryani. So I pulled my sauce off the stove and let it completely cool down. And you're probably wondering, Vijaya, where are the shrimp? Well, they're right here. I have about a pound of medium-sized shrimp that I've peeled and deveined, and they're good to go. I'm gonna show you how we're gonna put this all together. So I'm gonna tip in my shrimp. As you'll notice, they are raw, and that's for good reason. They're gonna cook in the oven, and I'm gonna dress them with some fresh chopped coriander as well as mint, which are gonna add amazing flavor to the biryani. And we're gonna toss to coat our shrimp in all this beautiful sauce. Look at that. And once they're evenly coated, I'm gonna spread them out into one even layer, because that way it'll cook nice and evenly in the oven. Now I'm gonna sprinkle my rice in. Look at how light and fluffy it is with all those beautiful herbs, sorry, not herbs, spices that scented it. And I'm just gonna take a spoon and very gently spread the rice out. You're not looking to pack it down. You just want it to form an even layer so that it cooks nicely in the oven. And now for our finishing touches. So I'm gonna take that beautiful saffron infused water and drizzle it over the surface of the rice. And you don't wanna hit every bit of rice because you want some bits of rice to be nice and tinged with that beautiful yellow color and some of it to remain white. And for a little added richness, a drizzle of ghee all over the top. A little piece of tin foil to cover my pot. This is gonna help capture the steam. That's what's gonna help the biryani cook. Lid on, and this is going into a 400-degree oven for 15 minutes. All right, so my biryani just came out of the oven. Now it's time to do the big unveil, my favorite part. First off with the lid. Now be really careful with the aluminum foil. You wanna take your time. Peel it away from you, and wow, look at that steam. It smells amazing. You can see the beautiful saffron that stained the top. Now let's look underneath and see what's waiting in store for us. Look at that. Gorgeous, perfectly cooked shrimp. That beautiful speckled rice. Oh my gosh, I wish you could smell this. It smells amazing. Now let's plate it up and give it a taste. Okay, so we're all plated up. I took some pictures, you know, you gotta do it for the gram. And now it's time to give it a taste. I'm gonna cut through my shrimp. Oh my gosh, the shrimp is so tender. A little bit of rice as well. This looks like a big bite, but here goes. Man, I love this biryani for so many reasons. First and foremost, the shrimp is cooked perfectly. And the reason why I don't cook my shrimp in the spice paste beforehand is because it'll get overcooked. And so that 15 minutes in the oven is just absolutely perfect. They're succulent, they're sweet, and paired with the tomato and all of those gentle spices, oh my gosh, so good. And the kicker here is that the rice is cooked perfectly as well. All of the grains are separate, none are broken. You are gonna look like such a pro when you make this one. Hyderabadi style shrimp biryani, you gotta try it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to give me a big ol' thumbs up. You know how that makes me feel. If you're new to the channel, thank you so much for joining me. Please subscribe for more videos. And as always, if you have a question, comment, concern, something you wanna get off your mind, leave it in the comments box down below. Until my next video, I will see you all later. Bye.